Hey everybody, welcome to one of my Resident Evil in-depth reviews, and this is for issue number 2. So yeah, let's get right to it. So we start off with the cover here, which is pretty freaking awesome. By this time, everybody's excited for the issues because the first one was so good. And it's I want to say it's just for the fans at this for the first two, because it contains a lot of spoilers. And I think it's supposed to reel in new people, but it's mostly for the fans up until like issue 3, because these only cover the first two, and then the rest are just like side stories. So we open the page, and just a little quick summary of what the chapter is going to be about. So it's just going to cover the Resident Evil 2 game, and then it's going to cover one about like this the zoo, like a breakout at the zoo, and then a short story of Barry Burton. Let's say Birkin. So we start off here, the new chapter of Evil, and it's Leon and Claire driving away with verbatim lyrics from the verbatim speech from the video game. So yeah, it's it's just exact. That first page is like exactly like in the game. So we hear this: the maniac is gonna ram us. And you see the truck driver guy. I didn't even see him, but that it's so huge, and smashing happens, and then this is where they get separated. So you go to this page. So Leon is just going around town. Like in the game, he's getting to the police station. These guys are on fire. And he's like, these things are everywhere. They're like on fire. And so yeah, he arrives at the police station. It's a really good angle, actually. And he runs into the cop, Marvin Branagh, I think it's pronounced. So up until here, the word to word kind of stops. You can tell where these guys kept playing over and over. So he just explains to him that there's survivors in the other rooms. But he changes it up here. Says, I'm not going to make it, Leon. You have to shoot me in the head. Leon's like, don't talk like that. I got to find some help. So he goes out. We go to Claire's scenario, which is the side B. And this zombie, it just reminds me of like, this is so 90s. It just reminds me of like Nirvana music. And yeah, she goes upstairs to the second floor where the helicopter crashed. They should have shown that a little bit, I guess, but I mean, there's a lot of things you can see that they skip, and it's just to speed up the pace, which is actually a good thing. So here she is with this wild hairstyle, and Mr. X comes crashing down. So you get this little nice shot over here, and he just looks at her, and then she unloads. It took like 5 rounds. I actually looked up to see if this is true, and it took I think it took 4 acid rounds, 6 flame, and then like 8 grenade, something like that. It was on the strategy guide, so I was like, hey, that's kind of accurate. I think they were actually like playing the game and taking notes for stuff like this. So she ends up at the Raccoon Stars room, where Leon runs into her, and he says he finds some radios, which in the game he already has them, but I don't know. It's still pretty good, like I said, they change up a couple things, which is all right. It's actually good because it keeps it kind of fresh. So Leon goes back to the it says the locker room, but it's where he met Marvin, and now he's a zombie, as we all know. This is a really good scene right here. And boom, he turns to a zombie. He freaks out. So, don't make me shoot you. And he does it. Freaking blows him with the shell. So then we cut to him running on the basement, and that's where he runs into Ada. I kind of like how they use the 2 panels to talk to each other, because usually it's just 1 panel each that I've seen. And they find Ben. You know, the whole thing. Ben tells them, you know, I'm in here, but I'm not gonna leave. Well, not in this panel, the next one, but yeah, they find him. They talk to him a little bit. You know, he's not saying anything, and then he's locked in there because Birkin's out there. So, you know, it's strange because here he says, I'm not leaving this cell. Get lost before you lead that thing to me, right? He says that, and then he goes on to say, if you want to get out of here. He should usually say that after he hears the growl and he gets scared. Which happens here, but he's not like scared. He gets scared after he says, No, I'm sorry. It's once Leon tells him that he's the only cop left alive, that's when he freaks out. But whatever. Alright, I think you're crazy, but I'm not sticking around here. So they head out, and they don't even leave the freaking place, and Birkin's already there, as you can see. It's like a nice little angle shot. They kind of did that twice, huh? But, yeah, he's there. I'm glad they didn't attract that thing, but they did. So the tongue gets closer and closer, and then it just wraps him entirely. And then Leon runs back, and he tells him, you know, the Chief Brian was taking bribes for Umbrella. And then the transformation happens where he just kind of rips in half. And then he finds it here. It's funny. Like in this one, they made Leon take it out while it was transforming. Which, you know, it's pretty smart if you think about it. Before it actually grows and it starts spitting out those babies. He should have just done that. So then we cut to Claire. And she's on the radio. Leon tells her to come over. And then, you know, she says yes. But first she has to check out this room. Which turns out where Chief Brian is at. And this is what I find kind of weird, okay? The first thing he says is, you know I'm the chief of police. I knew they'd send you eventually, but I won't let you have this head. It's mine. I'm going to add it to my personal collection. He's talking about that woman, right? It's I think it was the mayor's daughter. And then she's like, calm down, chief. What happened? And it's like, the G-Virus. It can turn humans into the ultimate bioweapons. He's already spilling his beans, right? But I think because he thinks that she's an operative in this one for Umbrella. And then Birkin's like, his whole family's running around here. And he's like, look, I'm getting out of here. I think you should come with me. I would not say that. I would be like, okay, I'm going to leave. Bye. He's like, ha, you get out of here. I'm busy. And then she just leaves him, right? So she goes through his office, and that's where you find Sherry. And instead of hugging her and crying like in the game, she just tells her everything that's going on. So she takes her with her. And then that happens after this, which is pretty much they leave. They're going into the sewers area, and the chief is there freaking out. And then, you know, he says that, you know, Umbrella doesn't trust him. And then Birkin gets him. It's kind of cool. So, Sherry, we got to get out of here. So then we cut to Leon, which is actually, it says 10 minutes earlier in the same elevator. So while that was going on, Leon and Ada run into Annette. Reveals that John is not, I mean, it was Ada's boyfriend, but, you know, what's it called? He turned into a zombie. And she's about to shoot him. And then she explains the G-Virus. Which is, it's a lot of text, but, you know. It's just to, kind of to catch people up. And I like that they did this here, because in the game, she shoots Leon, and then Ada runs to her. But by doing it here, they kind of sped up that process where they run into each other, Ada and Annette. And there's like that 2-minute dialogue where she talks about Birkin and the G-Virus, and then the cinematic plays, and then she talks some more, and then they fight. They skipped it all here by just doing it right before she shoots him. Which is pretty smart. So then we cut to Claire, you know, in the sewer still. And then they run into Sherry. So Claire unloads I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's grenade or flame. One flame or grenade round into Birkin, which causes him to fall. And then Sherry's like, thank God it's leaving. Like, no, you blew it away. So then they find Leon. Look at Sherry, dude. She has like this huge ass man. Was it that? I think it's called like the Manzingers. Like this huge padding on her shoulder. You know, pretty much tells her, you know, oh, Ada ran away. You know, and that, this and that. Like, yeah, see, I ran into this woman who was in trouble. Her name's Ada. Right after that, someone tried to kill us. Ada went after her, but I'm worried about her. You got to find her before something happens. So Claire patches him up. And then they're going to leave. Then Leon gets up. And then he finds Ada. And I don't know if you can tell, there's these little marks right here. Well, yeah, you can see it now, but like when I first saw it, I missed it. But it looked like it was scratches, so I looked closer. It really kind of clashes with the back, but I mean, they should have made it a little bit darker or just black to show that she's like surprised. And then this alligator comes up, and then Leon's like, get back, I'm gonna shoot that canister. And I love how like the alligator sniffs it. Like, why would he sniff the canister? He's after you. So you got it. Plock, explosion, boom. So after that, they take down this little elevator thing, whatever, the little cart. It's talks to Claire. I found Ada. Head to the train station. We'll meet you in the laboratory. So this little scene plays out. She thanks him there, and then, you know, that tyrant smashes and stabs her. Leon blows it away with a rocket launcher. Where did that explosion come from? But whatever. So then Leon gets off and he starts shooting it. You're responsible for hundreds of deaths. Well, I think he's talking to Birkin himself. I was like, that monster would not do that, but yeah. I think he's talking to Birkin. So he carries the injured Ada and he runs, and then Annette stops him, and this is where he finds out that Ada's a spy. He's angry and stuff, and then she more exposition about what's going on before she gets hit because of a rumble. She gives him the G virus, or I think he takes it. And then Ada's like, hand it over, Leon. And that's that whole little exchange they have. And that's where he finds out, oh, Annette, you know, Ada is a spy. And then Annette, with the last conscious breath, shoots Ada, and then Ada, you know, falls as usual. Boom. So we cut to this scene again. So, you know, they're just talking. She didn't want to get emotionally involved, but she did. And then, you know, she kind of lets go. I've had it with you and your husband. You can rot here for all I care. He never says that. You check her and he's like, the gun's not loaded for Ada. Meaning she wasn't going to shoot Leon. And for Annette, he's like, why did she do that? Then 2 minutes later, Sherry finds her dead with all the pipes. Oh, so the pipes thing happened in the bridge? Okay. And he tells her that the G-Virus is in her pendant. So Claire's like, give me your pendant. And she just chucks it. Good riddance. It's kind of messed up. You could have just taken the G-Virus out of there and thrown it. So then she contacts Leon. It's like, Leon, where are you? I just found Sherry's mom. So yeah, I'm ahead of you. Hurry. So they meet up. And then, you know, the final hurrah, which is this guy comes out. And they're like, damn it, why won't this thing die? He did blast it once. This is a really good shot of it, too. It's changing shape. So they shoot it before it becomes like that little dog-like thing. And then there it is. It's on fire. And then detonation, 10 seconds. We did it. Let's go. They run. They get on the train. And then it blows up. What? That's the thing. They're here, right? And then it crashes here. There's no like background, so I don't know what's behind there. So I don't know if they're in the lab still or if they're in the train. They unload on it. The thing catches on fire. and it's like the detonation happens. Or maybe that's him jumping into the train? I'm not sure. So, it's over, you know. It's like, no, I have to find my brother. It's like, you're right. This is just the beginning. Oh no, the train is still leaving? Nah. That's a cool take, I guess. I mean, yeah, if they did kill the monster in the lab, they could just leave. And then here's a cool ad for the toys that don't exist anymore. They're freaking awesome. I did a review about these toys like about a year ago, 2016. I did 4 takes because my camera was acting up. Oh man, I hated that. So we get into this, the artist gallery, and it's just Ryan Odagawa on Resident Evil. And I didn't know there was an internet story, even though, like, I guess I knew about it, but I just didn't care. This guy on the internet would make a panel a month or something like that, and it ended up being 5 panels that told a story. And he was just talking about how it was kind of hard to get everything to fit in one panel. I mean, story-wise. Right here it says, the art on each page has to be extreme. I have to get everything across in one panel. So I try to think of everything that would happen in that one moment to fit all of it into that one shot. I gotta look that up now because I have never seen the online comic. And then the merchandise. Oh, dude, I should have gotten in on this. I mean, yeah, it's stuff you can do now. I kind of want to see how they would do the hat, though. I don't know if it'd be like sewn in or if it's just like one of those little stickers that permanently stay on clothing. That I can probably make. You could definitely make the watch. But yeah, man, I don't know why I didn't capitalize on that. So we go to our second story. This one's pretty cool. So this takes place in the Raccoon City Zoo. This guy's gonna lock up for the night, but he says that the electrical system, it's having issues, and he has to take care of it, you know, and just look after it, or else it might overload and, you know, it'll blow up the entire zoo conveniently. So the guy's like, oh, okay, you know, I'll look into it. I guess I won't be bored. And Aloha is like, nothing exciting ever happens around here. And you see Birkin, for a moment, he left the Raccoon City Police Department to just go have fun at the zoo. And here's a little flashback on that. So this is when Hunk and those other mercenaries shoot up Birkin and take the G-Virus. Excuse me. And there's one left. So, you know, Birkin shoots himself. And he turns into, you know, G. And it's funny because it's like, propelled by sheer willpower to save his friends, his life's work, Birkin has but one simple thought. Must infect many hosts. I think, no, his thought was, I must find Sherry. But whatever. We skip it. This guy hears like some kind of growl. Drops his coffee. He runs. And then he finds his 2 co-workers dead. Man, that's pretty gruesome. He finds them both dead. And his name is Patrick Brady. That's where we find out his full name. And the reptile cage is like, hey, you, stop right there. It's like, nah, I've got you, sicko. You're looking at serious time. You see William making out with the tiger over here, while this other tiger's grabbing onto his leg. And then this one just doesn't have a head. But this whole shot's pretty freaking awesome if you look at it. Man, this guy really did some good work here. I do like the attacking tiger here. It's like a nice touch. So he shoots it, and he's about to die, right? But then he hears Sherry. And he's like, raw? And I guess that's where he goes back to look for Sherry. And he goes back to the RPD. But it's too late. As he runs away, all the infected animals are coming back to life. Claws and fangs clicking together in anticipation. And it's really cool because this guy had fun drawing animals and just zombifying them. So this dude's running and he locks himself up. And it's kind of cool because he picks up Leon's signal. And he says that he's in the zoo. And he's like, Leon's like, right here. Listen to me, Brady. The G-Virus must have spread to the zoo. You got to destroy those animals before they can infect anyone else. So he's like, yeah, I've got problems of my own. Good luck. So he's like, all right, let's do this. So Parker's roll of generators on the ground, conducts that contain the animals. So yeah, this is where he gets the electrical system as an idea to blow it up. And I like how this guy just locks and loads. To me, it seems like this guy's been wanting a reason to just blow up all these animals. So he kicks the door and he's like shooting the snake that wraps around him. These are pretty cool scenes, actually. Then, typical joke. Freaking, I think, what was it, Michael Jackson's monkey was called Bubbles? So he shoots that thing, that gorilla. I thought it was pretty cool. And then, I love how these prairie dogs just jump out of nowhere. Like, bam, and he blew that one's head off. They're just like jumping up out of nowhere from underground. So he runs. I think that's where he finds that, whatever, that generator. And he's there, he rips off the wires, and then he puts it on max. So obviously, you know, everything lights up. And then, boom, he just sends it flying. So several hours later, he regains consciousness. The zoo is completely done. And he's like, man, it's getting late. I better camp in what's left of HQ tonight. And then talks to Leon. He's like, good job, Brady. Claire and I have destroyed Umbrella headquarters, the source of the G-Virus. As long as you got all those critters, it looks like the town is safe. Over and out. I don't know if this is Leon's fault or this guy's fault, because he goes to sleep. As you can already tell, this thing is about to make out with him. So, either Leon messed up because he told him that it's safe, or this guy messed up because he thinks that you should never sleep in the place that you just blew up because of those zombies. You never know. I would find somewhere to hide if I need to sleep immediately. But yeah, he's kind of done for. It's implied. So now we have this artist gallery. And dude, these are amazing, man. I used to love seeing this over and over again when I was a teenager. So he just talks about how he likes it because he likes drawing this comic that he made. I don't know if he's in the later issues. But he wanted to use like movie-like tactics because he likes how the game scares you all of a sudden. So he played the game and he watched a couple zombie movies and he tried applying that into the panels where things get quiet for a moment and then out of nowhere something pops out. And we'll skip that. Copyright reasons. So we cut into Barry's story. Resident Evil story. Lockdown. And this is actually pretty awesome. Another funny thing is that throughout this whole story, I read this in Barry's voice from the PlayStation 1 game, which makes it even better. So the story here is that Barry has he's getting nightmares after the incident. Before I begin, this story takes place between Resident Evil 1 and 2, or after 1. I'm sorry, but yeah, I guess between 1 and 2. It's after the mansion blows up. I think it's what. It's been a week since Barry Burton and the rest of the STARS team had debriefed from their disastrous Raccoon City mission. So it's a week after. He's getting nightmares. So he's going to see a psychiatrist. And see, and he thinks like, huh, that guy looks... It's like, get a grip. You're seeing zombies everywhere now, remember? So the point is, he's going to see a psychiatrist to see if he can get some help. And so he goes there, Mr. Peter W. Langle. He gets greeted, and there's the doctor, right? It's a pleasure to meet you, and then the alarm goes off. So the alarm, Barry, wait out here. And he's like, hot zone leak. Subjects have escaped. And Barry's like, oh God, it's gonna happen. And then it cuts. He's like, Dr. Langle, what's wrong? No time, I'm urgently needed. Followed by a scream. And a zombie literally ripping his throat out. And Barry has his gun. It's like, good thing I always come prepared. He blows his head off. And it's funny because it's like a little pea shooter here. But it should have been his Magnum. But whatever. I think that was just a joke that just started going around after a while before this. So he runs out in this really nice balcony and he sees that the whole place has been overrun by zombies. And you're going to see why soon. because these guys just look like they've been there for a while, right? But like in the earlier panels, you saw the doctor is like a hot zone, a leak, and you'll see why. It's because obviously, there's a lab. So he finds one of these employees, and then it's like, help, you've got to kill them before they get outside. I guess not on the elevator, I think it is. And then he rips out these cords so they won't get out, so everybody's locked inside this building. And the guy tells him, he's like, take this, it's a bomb parts. And he tells him there's bomb parts throughout the underground lab. Get it and blow this place sky high. And Barry's like, this? Oh, it's because he tells him, look, the secret lab downstairs, bomb to destroy evidence in case of emergency. But you know that you've got the lab key card, which he took from Lengel. And he says here, like this, but it came from Dr. Lengel. Stars is still compromised. So he was, the doctor was still in on it. And then he mercy kills this guy because he said nobody should become a zombie. And then here's a little plans for the zombie parts. And that's what he does. So he goes under. There's a lab. It's like the T virus must have been has been synthesized down here and somehow got loose. Looks pretty quiet, and then all of a sudden, and this is pretty awesome, because you switch the page, and boom, the tyrant's there. That lunge is pretty sick. I really like this panel a lot. It's like a tyrant. And he's reaching out for him. It's like, this is far from therapeutic. So it's weird because he runs into this closet. He's like, too bad, ugly, I'm safe. Or not. And it's made out of wood. So it's like, come on, Barry. He would know. He would have more sense by now. Because that looks like this is it. Unless, and he grabs an axe. And then he chops the tyrant's arm off. You don't really tell, but it's the claw arm. And he grabs the first bomb part, which is just that. And then he actually, as he's running away, the tyrant grabs him by the foot or the ankle. And Barry's like, shit, one last chance. And he grabs that beaker and he hopes it's some nasty stuff. And yeah, it's acid in there. It is. I don't think the tyrant would stop to growl and cry from it, but it's cool. We'll just say it's a wimpy tyrant. So he gets the key, finds a key. Oh yeah, he finds a key. Comes out of nowhere. They should have been a little more descriptive about that because I missed it the first time I was reading this. I didn't know that he grabbed the key. I just remember another key. If I learned anything in Raccoon City, is to take every key you find. So then he goes into the postal office of that building, and they all just look at him, and then boom, key. All right, so obviously the postman had hollow points, so he uses them to just blow these zombies away. This is pretty cool. I didn't get this the first time, but there's like that hook, and what he does, he shoots it. And he's like, "Damn, I'm good," and the thing flies, and it just cuts that dude in half. It looks like he's charging towards Barry, but it's actually cutting him up. And you can see he's hanging right here from the hook. And Barry's like, "No, the locker key," and the zombie is about to eat it. Eventually, it's like the prize at the bottom of the cereal box. And Barry just unloads on him, and the zombie is just getting dismembered, and then the key drops. I remember when I first saw this, I thought they made a mistake that the zombie swallowed the key and it's going down through its stomach, but it's just dropping from the hand. So he picks it up. So that leaves one bomb part to go. And he picks it up. That's the second part right there. So then after that, he goes into the basement. He's like, ew, the trash room. He's like, bingo, there's the last piece. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. Because it's just the other end. Oh, I think it's this little thing right here. I think it's that right there. That piece right there. And he's like, at least I didn't have to fight this time. And tick, 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 tick. And it's like me and my famous last words. This is cool because they look like they're just crawling out of the trash. Danger, peligro. Use caution, handling, whatever. It's just a little caution sign. And then this is another cool little scene where he's just fighting these roaches while one bites him. He's like, that thing got me. And he's just blasting them away, right? Like how he kicks one of them. And then he shoots one. That was really cool. Looks like a moth for some reason. But yeah, there he's fighting him. He's like, head for the carcass. I guess there was like a body around there, and they're just... Oh, wait. He killed this one. And then they're going for that body. And he just blows one of those things, and I guess they freeze. So I couldn't resist a quick munch, huh? He's like, if I don't get my leg fixed now, I'll never make it out of here alive. So he patches himself up. He goes up to the top floor. And you can see he's putting the bomb pieces together. A little simple contraption. Sets it for 5 minutes. And then, this is a really cool scene too. The way he's just... I don't know, it's just the way this panel looks. And the shadowing. He's like, let's hope my luck holds. Right? And he's holding the submachine gun. No, that's a flamethrower, my bad. Flamethrower. And it's funny because in this scene there's like a zombie dancing. It's like the penthouse. It's a trick. This is no way out. And then he looks at what? I guess somebody, and he's just letting him have it with the flame. So here goes nothing. And then he just jumps out. Just hilarious. And here's one thing I didn't get. What is going on here? Is she eating like a lollipop? Because the lip here is like here, and then this is all messed up. But then it looks like somebody's painting over this. I don't know. I didn't get that. That really, like, I looked at it and I was like, what the heck? Then we cut to him jumping and jumping, you know, falling down into this pool. I love how they put the one strategically placed pool. So he gets out of there. He's in some other high building and the place blows up. So he's like, one last elevator ride and a whole lot of dead zombies. The end. And then here's the this is a cover for the 5-part that the guy did. And then right here on the bottom, on the top, it says, if you haven't checked out the online Resident Evil comic, go directly to Wildstorm. I should check that out. Wildstorm.com/ResEvil. Because this is where the 5-part thing is. All 15 are on the website. Oh, 15? Just print out the story pages you've downloaded. Cut out this cover and voila, you got your very own Resident Evil comic, internet comic. I gotta check that out. I never saw the comic, the online one. Skip that. So, the Artist Gallery. This is on Lee Bermejo. And he says that he just likes drawing regular people and zombies. And zombies that are easy to draw because you can just omit some of the limbs. Because, you know, zombies. And he drew Barry as a regular man with a regular build. That's why he really likes... he really liked working on this one because he just likes drawing regular people. So, after that, we get this ad. Which, oh man, they never sold this soundtrack in freaking comic shops. Available July 98. This is a really good soundtrack though, honestly. Look it up on YouTube. It's really good. And available at comic book and video stores everywhere. And then, you know, other Street Fighter stuff. Wait, is Samurai Shodown Capcom? I don't know. I never played that series. Then we come to this Resident Evil Chromium trading cards. I remember I asked my there was a comic shop I used to visit all the time, and I was like, dude, do you have those cards? Like, they don't exist. That's not real. I'm like, the hell they aren't. He told me these don't exist, and I only asked him because I saw this ad, and I just went straight to the comic shop. Dude, I was waiting for these. I still want to get them all, but you know, I don't know if they're hard to find or not. But yeah, that's the issue number 2. Then we got here, death lurks around every corner in Resident Evil. Venture once again into the horrific world of survival horror with Resident Evil 3 coming September. Yeah, Jim Lee is an awesome artist. I don't know much about comics, but this Jim Lee guy is amazing. So that's it. That is the in-depth review for Resident Evil 2. I heard these things are very expensive now. I mean, shoot, I got it when it came out. Summer 98. How much was it? Dude, $5. I paid $5 for this. I heard if you get all 5, it's like $100. Find it online if you can. Legally, of course. these are one of the few things I would say, you know, go get this legally to support the artist. It's kind of old though. It's kind of what, 1998. What is it? 2000. It's almost 20 years, 19 years. Find it. It's probably on eBay if you want to pay for it. If there's a digital version, just get the digital version. It's a really good read. It's and I mean, get it because I like looking at reading comics and then going back and just looking at the images and how they drew stuff. It's really well made. Obviously, if you're a fan, you're gonna love it. I think after this, they don't do any more video game stuff because this is when Resident Evil 3 was in the works and 2 has just been made. So we're not gonna see Jill facing Nemesis. You do see the STARS members, but it's not gonna be anything related to story from the video games. Anyways, that's all. Thanks for watching, guys, and watch out for number 3. I'm gonna post it up later. I'm not sure when. Not too long, though. I'm not gonna take long. So again, thanks for watching.